And just like that, you thought you were going to play another conventional Battlefield game. Well, shame on you. Developed by Visceral Games, guys, Battlefield Hardline looks to pick the slack where Battlefield 4 left off. What is going on, guys? This is Music Major coming to you guys live with a long-awaited gameplay for Battlefield Hardline. I had no interest in this game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But strategic marketing got to me, and we'll touch on that here in just a little bit, guys. But I wanted to bring you guys a little preview of what I thought of Battlefield Hardline. I did pick this title up. We're going to touch on many mindsets of the game and facets, and we're going to start it off here with the single-player campaign. That's a catchy title. Ooh. Hardline features a new variety of gameplay where we come to know and love the traditional warfare of the modern theater, and we now switch it into good guys versus bad guys. Hardline takes us to the war on crime in the middle of Miami, Florida. You are thrust into the role of Officer Nick Mendoza, and you have been commissioned with the task of stopping the war on drugs. This war will take you from high-speed car chases in downtown Miami and lead all the way to the Everglades. And I'll tell you guys, it is so gosh darn fast-paced. There's so much going on in all of these environments, and the enemies are so difficult to defeat. I've seen many reviewers on YouTube talk about how they thought that it was laughable that if you flashed your badge to enemies that they basically were rendered useless. I think it's a glorious mechanic in the game because it adds that much level of strategic gameplay. Because if you don't flash your badge to the enemies, they become increasingly difficult to defeat, and it just adds a whole new layer to the game. As crazy as it sounds, though, for this campaign mode, it functions much more like an episodic Netflix crime drama, which I was a little kind of blown away, I guess, about how nicely it seems to work. It's surprisingly quite effective in telling the story. Just 6 hours into the story so far, and I feel as if I am hooked to the title, and I absolutely need to know what happens next to Officer Mendoza. If it is so detailed that they have it down to the point with a countdown clock between episodes, where it's like Netflix. You finish an episode and it starts counting down until you start the next episode. It is so gosh darn awesome. And if you step away from your game and you come back and play in the middle of an episode, it recaps where you are in the storyline, similar to what you would see in The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. Personally, I forgot at times I was playing a video game. It truly did feel like a story, and I was thankful for the change of pace for Hardline. As a player of Call of Duty, as a player of, Battlefield 4 and the gameplays and stuff like that, this game really is neat. It feels like you're playing a CSI game, and it's really a treat because I was an LA Noire fan. I liked that really scary game I can't think of off the top of my head for Xbox 360, Condemned Criminal Origins. There it is. And I liked just the investigative and the sleuthing part. This now is more you're running in guns blazing. It's something you would see on CBS, essentially. But it is really awesome because Hardline offers you the option of going in loud or going in quiet in places. Much like you see in the gameplay right now, I am just kind of creeping around a little bit. The guy with the magnifying glass has a warrant out. I get bonus points for my score for arresting him. But like I said, too, touching on it, I've seen reviewers absolutely despise the badge flash and how enemies become useless, but I think it adds a whole new level of stealth to the game, and you get rewarded for being quiet instead of going in loud. You'll see some clips in here where I chose to actually go in loud, and it was the worst decision of my life in the gameplay because I lost out on a key warrant that I could have got bonus points on. And I got my butt kicked, to be completely honest with you. But I'm a huge fan of the mechanic, and it's really awesome to see a game, and it's kind of refreshing, to be honest with you. You have real-life weapons like the P90 that I'm carrying into the game here to arrest these fools. It really is just a nice change of pace of a game. I did not sample this out. I was kind of a victim of strategic marketing on Twitch because they were advertising the hell out of the game. I watched a lot of streamers play it. I listened to a lot of people talk about it via gameplays, much like what you're doing right now. It really is a very nice game, very clean, very different. It has a mechanic that you feel that you've played before. A CSGO mentality where it feels very fast-paced. You can spawn into the servers. I'll touch on that in the multiplayer gameplay, but it feels like a little bit of a hybrid of CSGO, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. It feels like they had a glorious threesome with each other and that they just spawned a perfect baby of a first-person shooter. This game feels fun. It's not going to win any awards. It really won't, but it is flashy and it's detailed enough to the point where it would get an honorable mention if I was to give out some sort of award or something like that. It's a solid 8 out of 10 game that definitely warrants, pardon the pun, definitely warrants you taking a look at it and playing it. Seriously, the campaign is a blast. I know as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to hop off and probably play the campaign. If it's not going to be that, it's going to be FIFA. Let's not kid ourselves. But the gameplay is so awesome, so fast, so fluid. The guns have tremendous amounts of recoil. It's like, you know, you're holding on to a wet snake. Is that what I wanted to say? I don't know. It's like you're holding on to a wet eel trying to, you know, corral a wet eel. The guns have a tremendous amount of recoil, but it's very satisfying when you do finally terminate your enemies. It's really, really satisfying, and the game plays so gosh darn smooth. So recapping, guys, I give this game a solid 8 out of 10, and it's a good time. Pick it up. You won't be sorry. Thanks so much for the support, guys. I know I've been a little weird with the video schedule lately. I'm trying to do one a week. I'm trying to get more out, but like I said, I'm going to follow it up with a multiplayer gameplay for Battlefield Hardline, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Thanks so much for all the continued support, guys. Make sure to like, comment, spank that sub button. Follow me on Twitter. Get to know me. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.